Welcome back to the big show. I am Sure Sports. This is episode 19. Good work. You know what? Teamwork makes the dream work. And I want to say big thank you to you for subscribing, liking, sharing, commenting to the channel. We really appreciate it. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you are. Happy birthday, happy anniversary. Blessings, peace and joy and grace unto you and your household. Really appreciate you. You're making the work exciting as we move to 460 subscribers, and by the time you get this video, we are hoping that we'll get a 40 more and just hit the 500 mark, and then we can give some credit to some people. All right? Big up yourself, one and all, short and tall. Big up Irie Times TV, because they continue to work with us. Kim Righteous, the love of Christ, unite us, who give us the jingle. Check out the channel and listen to that. Big artists, check out them thing on Spotify and iTunes. Kim Righteous, yeah man, doing some works. Yeah man, blessings. Well, we have a good one lined up for you today. Yes, we're going to talk some basketball. We're going to talk some Italian Serie A. We're going to talk some of the French League. We're going to talk some EPL. And we're going to talk about champs. And we're going to talk about local football. All of that in a very tiny, weeny, beanie window. So hope you are ready. No joke thing. Yeah. So let's begin. Remember, subscribe. Subscribe. If you have not, you need to. All right, Listen, let's dive right into it. Let's start with some good news. As you know, Issa Boys and Girls Athletic Championships. Yes, that begins on Tuesday. All right, so by the time you watch this video, you will be at the penultimate day of this champs. And I can't say I agree with it going ahead, but I understand why it has been done. And, I want to commend Issa for putting everything in place as they worked with the government so that they could have received the okay and implement the kinds of policies that would allow for champs to be held. And so big up to Issa. And they are doing a good work, all right? And like I said, I personally didn't believe that it should have been held this year, with all the concerns with COVID and with just what is happening and the additional resources that will be put in there. The other side of the argument is that what about these athletes who would have gotten scholarships? And I figure that there could have been a way to integrate some of these senior but junior athletes to run with the professional seniors in all the development meets to get them to that place. But apparently all the athletes will be tested. I don't know if after they are tested, if they will be put into a bubble kind of environment in their local schools and will not integrate with the rest of society, because what sense would it make to be tested for the virus, you come back with a negative result, but you go back and integrate with your community and your family members? I'm not sure how that is going to work, but I can't even tell. There is not a buzz with champs as normal, because there'll be no spectators, of course, and all of this will be on television and on radio. So I don't know, because you haven't had a lot of development meets, you can't say how the Calabar team looks or the KC team, but what I've been hearing is that the JC team, from all the development meets that I've seen, they seem to be doing well, and it looks like Edwin Allen are going to be unstoppable. I think the top teams are going to be at the top, because normally you'd have a whole lot of athletes from what you'd call the minor schools grabbing points here and there. I kind of feel like less school will be participating, which really means is that the team with the best quality will probably win this champs this year, because they will not be losing a lot of points to individual athletes from this school and that school. So if I am sure were to do a prediction, we'd have to go with Edwin Allen and Jamaica College. Jamaica College for the boys title, Edwin Allen for the girls title. Calabar, they're under the radar. You haven't seen much from them. You don't even know how many of the athletes are returning. You don't know who is going to. You don't know. There's so much uncertainty. So I am sure sports cannot be sure about anything concerning the champs, except that I believe this is going to be the champs with the least amount of records and standout performances in probably the last 10 years. I don't think any record will be broken at this champs. I'm telling you. I don't think the quality is there. Tell me. I mean, maybe you can tell me one athlete that you know is going to come out. But we are going to be back on in a couple of days in the week to speak to some well-educated people, well-informed people in track and field industry to kind of get some ideas from them as to what is happening. But personally, we would not have, I am sure, would not have wanted champs this year because I think the cost is way too much based on the results that it will produce. All right? Now, next good news is that the Premier League, the local Premier League, they have been given the okay to resume or to start the 2020-2021 season. And then it must end so that they can start the 2021-2022 season. It is scheduled to start in June. And so the teams, the 12 teams in the Premier League, because remember there was no demotion and there was no promotion. All right, so the 12 teams in the Premier League remain the same. All right, so you have Waterhouse, Mount Pleasant, Portmore, Humble Lion, Tivoli Gardens, Arnett Gardens, Harbour View, Vere, Dumby Holden, Cavaliers. Did I give you Portmore? Let's go over them again. All right. So you have, let's go. No joke. You're writing them down? Harbour View, Arnett, Waterhouse, Tivoli, Cavaliers, Huey, Portmore, Dumby Holden, Mount Pleasant, Humble Lion, Vere. Yeah? Think I call all 12. So they have a full season. You know, Dana Van Duke, I mean, one coach that has moved, he is now down in Vere. Yeah, so we'll see how that works. Very good coach, one of the better coaches, I believe, in Jamaica. Coach, I respect a whole lot because of the systems that he set up. Mount Pleasant, I mean, they have a lot of transfers. They have a few players coming from out of the Caribbean. They have a player who was at Phoenix Academy, Craig Butler player. He's there with them now. They have a few players coming up out of their academy themselves. So Mount Pleasant, they have a coach who was a former coach in Wimbledon. They have a whole support staff from out of England. And so they are looking to really do well in this season. And they have had a better kind of training regime and have been able to pay their players. So they should be doing as well as usual. Don't know because they have had the largest support in a while in the Premier League. And so they will not have that because all the games, like I said, will be without spectators. All right, it's going to be a very cramped season, and again, they have enough people to have good replacements in almost every position, which will be a benefit to them because players are going to get injured. And so let's really see how that is going to go. Yeah, like I said, we anticipate a good league. We don't know how competitive it will be, and further on we'll give you our prediction. So that's the restart of the local Premier League, and a lot of money into it. And again, commendation to Mike Crickets and the rest of the person in the JFF and the Premier League Clubs Association for doing this. I again thought that the best time to restart the football would have been in September and just kill the season. But I guess there are, certain things concerning FIFA which would not make that the best decision of all. So looking forward to what is going to happen there as teams begin to prepare. They are in training right now. And so in 5 weeks' time, the league is supposed to kick off, and can't wait to see what is going to happen, to see what the TV coverage is going to look like. All right, Jamaica, the national team, the female team and the male team, they have friendlies coming up. The national team has friendlies in Japan against Japan and Serbia, the 3rd and the 7th. And I mean, for this friendly, you know that Mikel Antonio, the Liam Moore, and Leon Bailey, I mean, we're going to have a very full, good squad. And this squad is going to be like what the Gold Cup looks like. And so, yeah, I'm expecting good performances. I expect us to at least win one of those games over there in Japan as we prepare for the Gold Cup and the World Cup qualifying. I know that the GFF is also working assiduously to get several UK-born players playing in the Premier League to be a part of the squad, as there's no local football. And I also believe that they're a part of the whole process is to get an able assistant to Coach Whitmore as he guides the team throughout this process. And I tell people, I stand with Coach Whitmore. You may not like the fact that he doesn't communicate to the public as often as he should, but when you check the results, he is getting the results. And I think a man must be rewarded for getting the desired results. And when he starts failing, you can question his job, right? He's also taking the kind of salary that an international coach would not take, and he received this salary because he's Jamaican, and we know that. And this is allowing the JFF to be able to better manage their books at this time. Are there any other coaches in Jamaica? I don't think so. I've heard, like Miguel Coley, I think he's a good youth coach, but I'd love to see him take up a UER, take up one of the teams in the Premier League, at least for a season, to see what he's really made of. How does he deal with adults? Because I can tell you this, dealing with high schoolers and dealing with big grown men is a completely different thing, completely different level of management. And so we have to give credence to the people who coach at the Premiership level and do well, and coach at the junior level and do well, because it's not common for people to be able to manage those different age group successfully, right? So I'd love to see that. I don't know if there are any other persons out there. You can let me know. Who do you think? Because I always say this, if you think about replacing people, who are you going to replace them with? Right? I'd also love to see, and this may not happen, maybe this is a dream, or a crazy dream that I have, but I think a person like Craig Butler still has a vast amount of knowledge that he can share with the stakeholders in football. And I'd love to see a way where his knowledge is tapped into as we look to progress football to higher heights locally. I don't know how it would work. I listened to Arvil Powell recently doing something. I think he has an input as well. And if there's a way we can get all these great minds to be a part of the process, it would argue well for our football general. All right. What is happening? Listen. A lot of people have been saying, I am sure sport, you're not sure anymore. Say it, you get it wrong. You get this wrong. You get that wrong. What am I getting wrong? Talk to me. Talk to me. Let me tell you what is happening. In La Liga, I said Atletico Madrid will win. Now they have played Barcelona and the game ended in a tie. If they win out their games, Barcelona can't pass them and Real Madrid can't pass them. And they have the easier fixtures. Atletico Madrid will win La Liga. Argument done. I am sure England, City is going to win. Listen, Manchester United fans, I keep telling you, you have a good season. Don't now lift your expectations so high to winning the Premier League and then get disappointed and want your coach to be out. You're not going to win it. Just relax, the man, and hold on. Hold on to the spot you're in. And stop going around talking that it is still possible for you. You cannot win the league. City just need to win one more game. You can't win the league, brethren. Insist. It ain't gonna happen. I them deal with City cold still, you know. Raheem Sterling got a penalty in the game against Chelsea. It was a penalty. It was a penalty. Alright? But City gonna win the league, man. Easy like Sunday morning. Alright? What I may get wrong is that I did predict Chelsea to finish second. I'm still going to hold on to that. I'm still going to hold on to Chelsea for the second. You see, what happened to Leicester last year looked like it's going to happen to Leicester this year. That I'm going to get wrong because it looked like Leicester is going to fall out of this top 4 race. That I can correct, I am sure, sports. So I'm getting the things right. I don't know what people are talking about. And you can't blame me. Again, you cannot blame me for Arsenal. It is Arteta's fault. We should have been in the finals of Europa, but Arteta took off the man who was supposed to score. Why? I don't know. You have to ask Arteta that. I'm just a messenger to tell you the truth and give it as sure it is. Arteta is the one who's supposed to execute the thing and he did not. So don't blame it on I am sure sport. Blame it on Mikel Arteta. Over in Italy, it's clear. Told you Inter was going to win, they are winning. Germany, I told you, bam, who was going to win? Bayern Munich, and they are winning. In Paris, boy, oh boy, I'm going to be surprised because I did have PSG winning and PSG tied the game, but I didn't know that Mbappe would have been injured at the run into the end of the season. And Lille looks like they are going to win this. Oh my God, Lille looks like they're going to win Liga. Can you believe it? That now would be, that would surprise me, and it would be an acceptable surprise. Lille is a very good, they have had a young squad for many years. Nicolas Pepe, for example, came from Lille. They have been there in the trenches, and it would be good to see a team that is not the Lyon or the Marseille or the Monaco or the PSG, but a Lille winning. That would be a big deal, and I would be glad for them, but that prediction I would have gotten wrong. I'm going to take it. Stone me. Yeah, man, because I have to take full responsibility for that. I am sure sports must always remain sure. Yeah. You understand? Now, you know that we also have the NBA. The final games in the regular season ends this week. I think every team, most teams have 4 games remaining. And I mean, most things are kind of set in stone in terms of the 1 seed in both conferences, the 2 seed and the 3 seed. I think there's a little up and down between 4th to 10th in terms of how things are going to play off. But I mean, there are just certain teams that you know they are going to be, it's just a position. So over in the East again, you know that Brooklyn, the Sixers, I believe, going to finish number 1 seed, and with Brooklyn second, and 3rd place will be the Milwaukee Bucks. 4th place there could be a change. I doubt it, because the Knicks had a good win on Sunday against the LA Clippers. They have the Lakers on Tuesday, and then they have 3 what I call games, winnable games. They have San Antonio at home, they have Charlotte Hornets at home, and they have Boston Celtics at home. I think they can get, if they win 2 more games out of the 4 that they have, they would be the 4th seed, which means that they'd possibly meet Atlanta. Atlanta has 2 games against Washington. If they lose both of those games, I doubt it, because Beal is going to be out for a week or so now, which is going to affect, I think, Washington climbing up the table. And so I think they will remain 5th seed or come to 4th. Knicks go to 5th. Both teams will meet. The Heats have been climbing, so the Miami Heat, they are in 6th place. But I don't see them getting to the 4th or the 5th spot. So they may end up playing Milwaukee Bucks, which is, I think, very good. I think that's Jimmy Butler has been playing some good ball. Over in the West, I think it's kind of the similar thing, you know, where you have kind of Phoenix and Utah has separated themselves from everybody else. And you could say that LA Clippers have also separated themselves. Now the rest of the teams are very nicely grouped or packed together. You have now the Denver Nuggets, the Lakers, Portland, Dallas. You have Golden State who are climbing. They are probably going to finish 8th, but that the Lakers, Denver, Portland, and Dallas, those 4 teams right there. I think there's going to be a little bit of shifting as Anthony Davis gets into his groove. I'm hoping that LeBron doesn't return Tuesday for the Knicks game. Yeah? I'm hoping that he doesn't. Because I'd love the Knicks to beat both LA teams. That will be the first time in a long time. Because Knicks are my team, really, you know. Steph Curry playing some good basketball. Some people are seeing him as a possible MVP candidate. I don't think so. And why? Because it's very simple. I think Steph Curry, watch this, Steph Curry, the expectations for the Warriors would have been that they would have been a top seed. They have had some injuries and he has been injured. But they are 8th seed battling down there. I can't see how you'd give him it over. Let me give you some of my candidates. Joel Embiid with the Philadelphia 76ers. Chris Paul with the Phoenix Suns. I think these 2 guys have done a whole lot more. Giannis with Milwaukee Bucks ahead of him. I think Julius Randle in New York is ahead of him. And then I think Steph Curry could be seen as the 5th place candidate in the NBA. Yeah, so wanted to get some of those things. Listen, James Harden is needed for the Brooklyn Nets to come out of the East, and LeBron James is needed for the Lakers to come out of the West. I think also because of how the players are, that you could have something like what he had last year. The Miami Heat came out of nowhere and ended up in the final. That's how unpredictable the whole playoff picture is going to be. That with all these injuries and the cramped schedule, that you could have a team like the New York Knicks surprising everybody and going to the finals. You could see a Utah Jazz or Phoenix Suns. Right? So look out for that, you know. Yeah. But that's what's happening there. You know, I'll give you some cricket. You know, Jason Holder has been having some choice words to speak about the West Indies Cricket Board, or Cricket West Indies, and his whole position is very simple. He's saying that, listen, based on what he has sacrificed to play for the West Indies, you know, giving up on certain contracts, he doesn't believe he has been treated fairly. And I think this is happening because Jason Holder, I think he feels slighted that all the captaincies have been taken from him. I don't know, that's how I feel. Because he did admit in the whole thing that he has enough money. So it's not a monetary issue. Right? So why would you come out and say that? But there seems to be some issues with Cricket West Indies. When you look at what is happening with the 3 Guyanese players who were not given the central contract and stuff, you're wondering if there is, you know, some sort of issue going on. Like, I think no matter what, Hetmeyer should have been given back a contract. Hetmeyer should have been given back. Maybe Paul, because he has been injured, but Hetmeyer is one of the most promising young batsmen. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? He should have been given a contract. And it makes you think like there's something going on underneath the surface with the cricket board and the Guyanese cricket board. I don't know what it is, but I don't like it. I don't like the smell of it. I don't like the smell of it. All right? So I'd love to hear your thoughts. Give me your feedback on that. All right, so many people have been saying, finally, that I was Arteta in. Am I Arteta out now? Listen, at the end of the day, 2 things must happen with Arsenal. I want every well-thinking Arsenal fan Hear me. Remember, I didn't want Arteta to be at Arsenal. I didn't think he was ready. I wanted Allegri. They went for Arteta for whatever reason. And in fact, I wanted Unai Emery to be given more time. Because I think he needed to get rid of some players and be given funds to get players to get the best out of the team. They brought in Arteta. He won the FA Cup, won the Community Shield. We started out good, then the team started declining. I said give him until the end of the season because I didn't think in December or January it would have been okay to change because I don't think we would have been progressing any further because we have some players who are not good. Arsenal got rid of 5 players in the January window. In the summer, at least 7 players need to leave Arsenal. You want me to give you them? David Luiz needs to go. That's one. All right? Rob Holding needs to go. Lucas Torreira, who is not playing any football, needs to go. Ainsley, obviously he's going to leave. Guendouzi now is injured, he needs to leave. I want us to understand that. Mohamed El Nene needs to leave. Danny Ceballos needs to leave. All right, that's 7 players already. Hector Bellerin, 8. Cedric Suarez, 9. Runnerson, the third string goalkeeper, 10. Bernd Leno, 11. That's an entire team. That needs to go. I couldn't put Lacazette in that because you cannot keep Lacazette and Aubameyang. So even if you get an ex-coach, there needs to be a major squad overall. This is at best a 6th place team. So Arteta has indeed underperformed, but a better coach would not get us past 6th place because I think our squad is probably the 7th best squad in the league. And I said that a long time ago. You want me to give you who the better squads are in this league right now than Arsenal man to man? You want me to give you them? Manchester City, Manchester United, Chelsea, Liverpool, better squads than our Arsenal squad. Tottenham, Everton, I don't even call Leicester, better squad. 7. So really and truly, we're an 8th place team. Man to man, those teams are better than us. We may have better names or bigger names, but they are better players. So right now, Arteta out, or Arteta gets a lot of money to invest in the team. Who do I want? You want me to tell you who I want at Arsenal? First man Arsenal needs to get is Yves Bissouma from Brighton to come and stand with Thomas Partey. First person that we need to ensure that we buy Odegaard. Number 2, we need Hakimi, the right back, to come and play. That's 3. We need a goalkeeper who can come in and keep. Get the goalkeeper. Wooten, I think he's from Newcastle, he's on loan. But you just fire him father. So will he come to the team? Or go back and get Chesney? We need to find a left back. We need to bring back Mavropanos. We need to bring William Saliba back and bring Joe Willock back. Of that I'm sure. And if that happens, I am sure that Arsenal will nip it and take it next season, finish in the top 4. I am sure. Alright? Remember, like, subscribe, make a comment. Subscribe, please. Respect all that you're doing. We are at 460. The target is 500. Subscribe. Share it with someone and tell them, listen, subscribe to this channel. Take the phone from them and say, let me subscribe to my friend channel. Subscribe. Get your schoolmate, get your work colleagues to subscribe to the channel. Subscribe. Like, share, and make a comment. Yeah? Remember, love God, love people, and live loving in everything you do. Have a blessed day. I am sure I am out. Big up Ira Times TV. No doubt.